Okay, this is going to sound really far out there, but I have strategy sessions, as you know. That's kind of what we do here. And I love it when you guys put things in the comments. By the way, thank you for subscribing. And if you just happen to scroll and find me here, I hope you'll hit that subscribe button and help me out. But we have a little bit of fun here sometimes. This isn't just me ranting. Um, I give my own strategy, but I do get a lot back from you guys in the comment, and I really think that we all kind of need to be strategists these days. So this thing with Elon Musk. Okay, he's leaving the White House supposedly. I don't believe it for a minute. He's taking Stephen Miller's wife with him from Doge to work for him personally. That is odd, since Stephen Miller, he's the Nazi who is a deputy chief of staff, one of the chief aides for Trump, and very much an extremist. He's the one that gets mad when they say, "Oh no," when what's his name goes on TV and says we're only going after criminal illegals, and then Stephen Miller is the one who behind the scenes says, "No, we're going after everybody. Why are we saying just criminals? Anybody who doesn't belong here." So he's very much somebody who runs the White House. So his wife is leaving the White House, leaving Doge officially, and going to work personally for Musk. I think that is a strategy. There's something going on. I don't think Musk is leaving at all. I think this is a way for him to keep control, but stay out of the limelight. So that's why I don't understand his tweets now. Now he's saying, "I'm sorry, but I just can't stand it anymore. This massive, outrageous, pork-filled congressional spending bill is a disgusting abomination. Shame on those who voted for it. You know you did wrong. You know it." Okay, well, duh. Republicans have been spending too much and running up the debt and deficit for quite a long time. They no longer are the party that cares about, curbing spending. And they're giving these huge tax cuts to the uber wealthy, like Elon Musk. Well, Elon Musk has already succeeded in basically shutting down and decimating any agencies that were investigating his companies for wrongdoing, and there were a lot. He's got huge contracts. He's the richest man in the world, yet he's getting even richer on our tax dollars with huge contracts. Okay. So we also know he's very close with Putin. Bear with me on this. This is just a possibility, but when you're trying to figure things out to put together strategies, you kind of have to run every trap. You have to go down every possible path. And I think that we can all agree, and I've said this for a long time, that we are well past a point where we think anything dealing with Trump in this era of Trump, that if it sounds so outrageous, we're past the point where we can claim, well, that's just a tinfoil hat conspiracy, and I need solid proof. So if you think like, say, an investigator or an FBI agent, just to go down and run those traps and go down each path to see where it takes you in terms of possibilities, which then helps you put together strategies. They don't need proof; they need hunches. They need to see they need evidence. But that's where I'm going with this with Elon Musk. I'm wondering if this is a strategy now being employed, being led by Putin and his puppets, meaning Elon Musk. Now that Trump has screwed up on the biggest thing, the only thing that matters to Putin when it comes to Trump in the United States, it's Ukraine. I'm wondering if there's now some kind of a turn they're taking, an alternate strategy, some kind of plan. There's no personal loyalty, obviously. We know that Trump was installed by Putin for the sole purpose of Ukraine, to hand Ukraine over to him. And as I've mentioned often, remember in the 2016 Republican National Committee at the convention, the RNC platform committee, they go into different rooms. There's several different platform committee subcommittees where they put together kind of the wish list, the policy, the official statement of the party on various issues. It's not everybody all in one big room. Each plank of the platform is going to have a different committee. The only platform item that the Trump campaign inserted itself into, and actually was pretty heavy-handed on, was Ukraine. to make sure that the official Republican platform, because it was going to be Trump, was soft on Putin. Remember that? Well, I wrote about it in USA Today, and that was the first time that those guys put the target on my back, tried to get rid of me then. They took another run at me when I was weakened due to two family illnesses. I had two family members in ICU on a continent apart. And so, they were able to do me in. I wasn't around to fight it, so it kind of took over. Ukraine is everything to Putin. Again, it is the only thing, the only reason Trump is president right now. I am wondering if, because Trump was blindsided and out, was punked by and outsmarted by Ukrainian President Zelenskyy, if Putin now needs to work around him, push him out. I don't know. Is it an accident, just a coincidence that Elon Musk is now speaking out about spending like he didn't know this was happening? He knew his Doge cuts were fake. He knew it was ended up costing more. So to act like, oh, he just didn't know, and now he's speaking out, I just feel like there's something else going on. The fact that Stephen Miller's wife is working for him, I don't know. Does that mean she's an inside plant? Was this something that was in play before this happened? I think it might have been. But it's interesting. It's interesting. Can she work for Elon Musk if he's now partnering with Putin to find a way to push Trump aside? Or maybe Trump remains the figurehead, but somebody else is really in charge. I just don't think there are any coincidences here. For Elon Musk to suddenly, publicly turn against Trump after Putin has been humiliated and really decimated. I mean, his entire the planes that he uses to attack Ukraine by were destroyed. Again, and I talked about this yesterday. It was brilliant. These drones that Zelenskyy used were only $500 each. I think the cost of the whole thing was $47,000, which is nothing. And again, this is Tom Clancy type strategy, military strategy, intrigue. I mean, to think this up, to get them somehow up in the ceiling of the trucks, and then Russian soldiers unknowingly driving those trucks 2,000 miles into Russia, and then they are I guess the ceiling opened up, top of the truck opens up, and then the drones were released remotely and took out 40 of Putin's prize fighting planes, attack planes. That's not the official name of the planes, but I you know what I mean. It was brilliant, and it humiliated Putin. It humiliated Trump, and Putin is obviously very upset that Trump didn't know about this. And that's why we have Mike Flynn out there saying we need to have an investigation to find out who in the United States intel community knew about this and didn't tell President Trump. Well, of course you don't tell Trump, because he'd tell Putin. And I think that's why Putin is angry. And I think it is very possible that Elon Musk publicly now coming out against Trump like this on spending, like this is all a new thing. I'm just wondering if Putin and Elon Musk and maybe a few others, hopped on a call, or however they communicate, and said, okay, we have a problem here with Trump. We put him in here solely to give us Ukraine. And now, and the deal was he got to take bribes and become an oligarch himself. But if he fails to do the one thing, literally, I think Putin is looking at Trump and saying, you had one job, Ukraine. Will it be stair cancer, window cancer? My guess is they'll find a way to accelerate the dementia with some kind of drugging or poisoning, which we know they can do. We know Putin does that. So that Trump will be kind of pushed aside or be just a figurehead while J.D. Vance steps up to the plate. Or maybe they get rid of Trump completely this way so that JD Vance officially does become president and Putin thinks that he might do a better job than Trump. Again, with Putin, the only thing that matters is Ukraine, and Trump failed him. That is a big no no. And Musk, all he wanted out of this was to get his companies off the hook for their legal issues, for his wrongdoing, for his law breaking, and to get these contracts, which he's already got. But Putin and Musk, as we know, are like this. He talks to him all the time, which is about foreign policy and negotiates with them, and that's illegal for him to be doing that when he was not any kind of member of the government, had no role sanctioned by anybody. So when you follow the bouncing ball and you connect all the dots, you know that Putin's fit to be tied. Trump failed him, didn't do his job, got punked and out strategized by Zelenskyy. So he's failing to deliver for Putin. Musk is tight with Putin. And now Musk is speaking out publicly, like really, really publicly hard against Trump and Republicans on the big, beautiful bill. Like he just found out what it does. It's not that it's not that it's the spending so much, except for the spending for the oligarchs, but it is to fund the tax cuts for the rich people. So I don't know what's going on exactly, but we'll figure it out. But I'd love to hear y'all's thoughts on this. Maybe there's some people out there watching this video that, okay, you heard what I had to say. Maybe you can connect the dots a little bit more, but there's something going on. Remember, when it comes to Trump, and especially when it comes to Trump and Putin and Trump and Elon Musk, there are no coincidences. Something is going on. I just don't know what yet.